Hello, everyone, and welcome back to KDP A to Z. This is a channel where I show you how you can produce and self publish your own books using Amazon's KDP self publishing platform. Now, as some of you know, I spend an awful lot of my time on Publisher Rocket looking for really good niches. You have to think of a keyword that you like, look for it, and then look down and see if there's any good suggestions. Now, the thing that I always look for is something that's a double green score. A double green score means that it's got a great number of searches, but very little competition. But they're surprisingly difficult to find. As you can see looking down here, there aren't any double green scores. But today I want to show you over 50 that I have found. Now, these are great keywords that you can use for almost any book. And if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then do hit the subscribe button and keep watching so you don't miss out on any of these hidden gems. So the first one that I found is this one, Ledger Books for Bookkeeping. It's making decent monthly earnings and has got a double green score here with searches of 378 and a competitive score of 31. If you look at the competition for these, you can see that these have been independently published and a lot of these books have been recently made. Now, the interiors for these books can be easily found on platforms such as Creative Fabrica. I've shown you exactly how to use this in previous videos. Do have a look at it if you haven't already. The next one that I've got for you is this one, Registry for Baby. Look at the amount of searches that this has got every single month and look at that competitive score. You can see that people have used this keyword for things like baby logbooks, baby bargains ideas, and books in general about baby's life. My next one here is the address and password logbook. Decent monthly searches, good competitive score, and some decent monthly earnings. Here's another exciting one, Books for Prisoners paperback. You can see that this is being searched for a good amount of times and not very competitive. Look at these monthly earnings. People have used these keywords for things like activity books, puzzle books, that sort of thing, something to keep people in prison occupied. On the same theme, the keywords for prisoners is being searched for 6,000 times every month and a good competitive score. My next one is retirement books for women. Good number of searches, good competitive score, making around £2,000 per month. Those keywords are being used for things like devotional retirement books, fun things to do in retirement, activity books, and loads more. This activity book in particular is only 47 days old and is already making over $2,000 a month. Another good niche within the retirement section here is retirement vision board supplies. Only 11 competitors on this one. Vision board books do have the potential to make a lot of money, and I have made a specific video about how to make these kind of books. This one, for example, is making $3,000 every month. Another one here, Medical Assistant Study Guide. Double green score, making around $2,000 each month. A good way to use those keywords might be something like a homework planner, revision planners, etc. The activity book niche is very broad and, as you can imagine, quite saturated with high competitive scores here. But look at the amount of searches that this is getting every month. Now, when you niche down, you start to find it becomes much less competitive. There's keywords here like activity baby boomer, which has got a very low number of competitors. So baby boomers would be people born in the 50s. And this one's making an average of $2,000 each month. In here, you've got books like Baby Boomer crossword puzzle books, less than a year old, making $7,000 every month. Another one here, Baby Boomer trivia, making $3,000 every month. We've also got double green here in activity books. This one is activity books for young adults, making around $6,000 every month. So this one here is a good example of a book that is using those keywords, the ultimate brain games and puzzle books for teens. So again, just a puzzle book, making around $5,000 every month. Relaxation gifts for women. Over 4,000 searches per month and a really low competitive score there, making an average of $6,000 every single month. There's lots of things you could do with these keywords. People mainly use this relaxation for colouring books. And when some of these books are making over $20,000 per month, it might be worth using those. So on Publisher Rocket, I usually put in a random word and see what it comes up with. So this one I've just put in daily. This has come up with some good results for me. So daily mood tracker journal is showing a double green score. Another one here, daily bread devotional 2024. Very low amount of competitors here, only 183. And again, a double green score. And here's another one, daily journal with prompts. Again, double green score, making good monthly earnings. Boredom was the next word that I put in. So we've got boredom busters for adults, double green score. And another one that's showing as a double green, boredom book for adults. Boredom busters for rabbits is coming up as a double green score. I'm not quite sure why or how you'd manage to incorporate those keywords into your book, but if you can, do use it. Very low amount of competitors here with only 73. Another double green one here, boredom relief for adults. 718 searches every single month and a competitive score of 1, which is the best score that you can get. And another one here, boredom busters for seniors, being searched for over 2,000 times every single month and a competitive score of 5. These keywords are being used for things like trivia books for seniors. Again, this one here, making over $2,000 every month. Another double green score here, word search puzzles for elderly, 428 searches, competitive score of 23. Activities for elderly women. Again, this fits in quite well with the retirement theme that we looked at earlier. 2,000 searches every month and a competitive score of 18. That could be lots of different things such as puzzles, colouring, etc. Gifts for elderly mother is coming up as a double green score. Elderly gifts for women over 80. Here's some more ones on elderly kind of theme. Dementia guide for caregivers coming up with a double green score. Dementia puzzles for seniors. Happiness for beginners book. Happiness is key. Now, this isn't quite a double green score, but it has got less than 1,000 competitors and a really good amount of searches. So that might be one that you might be interested in. And here's a really good one. Happy Mama postpartum self-care. Only 24 competitors for these keywords and a good amount of searches and a really decent average monthly earnings score. So there's books like this one, which is just an inspirational messages for new mums journal, making nearly $3,000 every month. Books like this one, From One Mom to a Mother, making $4,000 every month. So the next one that I looked at was autograph books. Now, the only one that's coming up as a double green score for this particular keyword is autograph books for kids. So 626 searches and a competitive score of 31, making around $1,200 per month. Now, quite interestingly, when you look on here, a lot of these are Disney themed books. Now, that is actually breaking trademark rules. I'm not quite sure how they're getting away with it. This one here is clearly infringing on Star Wars trademark. Just because other people are doing that, please don't do it yourself. These people are going to get banned at some point. And whilst they're making a little bit of money, this one's generating $72 per month, it's not going to last for a long time. This one here, very clearly using Mickey Mouse and generating an awful lot of sales, but that I'm sure will class as trademark infringement, so please don't do it. Therapy journal for women, double green score, decent amount of monthly earnings. Books using these keywords are books like Trauma Healing Journal for Women. This one generating $1,700 per month. You've got this one here, the Self-Love Journal for Women, generating over $5,000 per month. Here's a good keyword, speech therapy workbooks for kids. Less than 1,000 competitors, which is really good. It's very rare to get less than 1,000 competitors. Being searched for over 1,000 times, good competitive score. Books using these keywords are things like the Speech Sound Therapy Colouring Workbook, generating well over $1,000 every month. Speech Therapy for Toddlers, this one over $2,000 every month. Even books like this one is using those keywords. Along the same theme, you've got Speech Delay, 3-year-old. Again, double green, only 56 competitors on that one. So this just shows how if you niche down, you can find some really good keywords that you can use. that are being searched on a regular basis. The next one that I searched for on Publisher Rocket was unicorn. This didn't come up with many double greens, but it has found me one unicorn chapter book for girls aged 6 to 8. So that's got a double green score there. Next, I looked at toddler to see if there were any double green scores here. And it's only found me the one toddler Easter. And I imagine that's because it's that time of year where Easter is coming up. But look how many times that's being searched for at the moment. 11,955 times being searched for. And look at those monthly earnings. That shows some really good potential for the future. So it might be worth preparing something like toddler Halloween. The next word that I looked for on Publisher Rocket was tracker. We've got keywords like habit tracker under 10, which I think refers to under $10, being searched for nearly 10,000 times each month and a low competitive score. Only 702 competitors using those keywords. When you look at the competitors for this, it's very basic self-produced books that are doing well. Very easy to make and self-publish yourself. Another double green score here is fitness tracker under $10. Only 623 competitors on that one. People always like to look for a spiral book. Weight loss tracker spiral is a double green score, but they're impossible to produce on KDP. That being said, people that have used those keywords haven't necessarily got a spiral bound book. I decided to look at the word PTSD to see if there was any green results. And I did find a couple. CPTSD, which is complex PTSD, emotional abuse. Only 179 competitors there and being searched for a great amount of times. Some other good keywords here: helping your family through PTSD. Again, being searched for an awful lot of the time, but obviously quite a sensitive topic. So do be careful when you're making something like that. But there would be nothing wrong in making like a journal or something to help people track their own emotions and using those keywords. PTSD books for women is a particularly high double green score, making good amount of monthly earnings. So it might be worth looking at those. The next word that I looked for was importance. Here we've obviously got The Importance of Being Earnest, which is a book by Oscar Wilde, which we don't need. But important nanny stuff came up as a good keyword. That's being searched for 3,000 times each month and only 32 competitors for those keywords. Books using those keywords, we've got the Nanny Daily Log. We've got this book here, Important Stuff I Can't Remember, using those keywords. So that might be a good one for you. This one here as well, Book for Important Information. This has got a double green score. Good monthly earnings. And it's the kind of book that you could very easily produce yourself. So this one here, Important Information for My Family, End of Life Planning Organizer, making nearly $2,000 every month. Another one, I mean, these are a bit morbid. Important Information Before I Die journal, logbook, planner, whatever you want to call it, making $1,200 every month. Sticking with that kind of theme, I decided to look up the word information to see if there was any double green scores. Didn't come up with any that were really good here, apart from dinosaur information book for kids. And I'm selecting this one because it's got a very low number of competitors and is being searched for a decent amount of times. This one here, quantum information for babies, only 41 competitors for that, and that's being searched for 1,331 times a month and making $18,000. Now, whilst those do look like good keywords, I think this is a trademarked area. When you look at the competitors, they're all by the same author, apart from this one, which is a self-published book, I have checked, and it's managing to use those keywords. I'm not quite sure how, but I think I'd avoid those keywords. So, as you know, I do like my puzzle books. These are very competitive, but being searched for an awful lot of times. But if we can niche down in puzzles, it might be a good area for us. So this one, Word Puzzle Daily Calendar. This has got a double green score. Word Find and Crossword Puzzle. Again, double green. The next one I looked at was Hidden Object. Find the Hidden Object is a double green score with over 1,000 searches every month and making some really decent monthly earnings. Funny Easter Book. That's a double green score as well at the moment, being searched for over 5,000 times. That just shows The annual events do very well. Funny mystery books for adults, that's being a double green score here, as is funny murder mystery books. Funny notebooks for work, and funny notebooks for adults, again, double green. And for some reason, funny travel books Italy 2024 is a double green keyword. I went to have a look at 2024 keywords to see if any of these were double green. Again, looking down here, there's not many that's double green apart from this one here, 2024 Fantasy Baseball Magazine. Very low amount of competitors on that one and a decent amount of searches. I went to have a look at the keyword of secrets. Couldn't find many good ones on this one apart from this particular keyword here, but this I think will be trademarked. All of the competitors in this is written by one person, so I think that's going to be a trademarked one. And finally, I went to look at specific time periods because this is a good way of niching down. So things like 90 days, 28 days, 6 weeks, that's a good way to niche down a broader niche to make it much more specific. And when you look at keywords like 90 days, we've got 90-day devotional for men. Very low amount of competitors here, being searched for a good amount of times. Had a look at gratitude journal quickly, but there wasn't any double green scores in this particular niche. And then budgeting notebook for women. This has got a good double green score. Budgeting for dummies has got a double green score, but anything for dummies is trademarked. Please don't use for dummies in your keywords. Budgeting and personal finance as well, that has a double green score. And then my last one here, affirmation books I looked at. And the only double green one I found in this one was affirmation books for kids with a double green score here. I really hope you found this video useful. I'm going to leave the links to the other videos that I've talked about in the description. And if you've enjoyed the video, do hit the like button and make sure you hit the subscribe button so that you can keep up to date with all my latest videos. See you next time. Bye.